The way that I look at trauma is, did it create a physiological trauma response?
For our listeners, explain to us your definition of trauma.
Yes. And this is actually one of the most common questions that I'm getting, because we've had so many different words for stress that we've tended to talk about stress, even though technically what we're talking about is something so much more than stress. So this has been a big game changer and a conversation changer with this book, which I love. So the way that I look at trauma is, did it create a physiological trauma response? If it created a physiological trauma response, those are the 5 steps I cover in chapter 1, then that's the definition of a trauma. If it didn't create those 5 physiological steps, well, then that was a stress. But once it crosses a line and it's trauma because it created a trauma response, that's a very different tool set that we need to apply for trauma. So applying that then to anything, and you know this from reading the book, my definition of trauma is anything that for any reason at that time was more than what we could handle. And rather than being able to grow us, it broke us in some way. And then that's why there's these lasting effects on our bodies, because it wasn't just a stress that we can rest and recover from. It broke something. And once it breaks that, it needs a specific repair. And so many of us are crossing that line all the time. And we haven't had the language to know that that's actually a physiological trauma response, which means that we're still applying tools for stress. And it's like, those are great, but not for trauma. Like for trauma, we got to go into surgery. We've got to do a deeper level of repair so that we're not still 20 years later with our bicep in the middle of our arm because we didn't do the right repair.